The walk today starts from a place called Grant's Houses, which is the nearest point on the road to the coastal footpath. The signboard directing us to the coastal footpath is there, and so I'm going that way under the railway and onto the coastal path, eventually to walk to Seaham, which is where yesterday's walk commenced. So it's under the bridge. Welcome to Foxholes Dean, which on the board is a description of the Durham coastal footpath. You can join the Durham coastal footpath here. This is an 11-mile walking route which will take you through Easington's stunning clifftop scenery and settlements with their own special stories to tell. And that's it, the route going from there up to Seaham. That was the glimpse of a train. This looks as if it's the path coming in from the south, so I'll be joining the coastal path here, and we can see the England Coast Path sign there, leading off down there. There is a path going off to the left here, but the official path tells us to go straight on here. So that's what I'm doing. At the side of the path is the Dean, but it's very deep, very steep slope here, almost vertical. But I'm continuing down the pathway here. It opens up somewhat here, so you can get a better view of the Dean here, down there, leading to the sea, and that's the way. And that's how the path looks as it continues towards the cliff tops. And so we come out of the wooded area at the side of the Dean, and any minute now we shall be in sight of the sea, I believe, well, further away than I thought. And here is the sea. With a wonderful view of the coastline. And here we are meeting the sea. So off we go on a very well defined coastal footpath, the Durham coastal path. As it goes round, we can see in the distance Easington Colliery Village and the sounds of another train passing through. You can see it now. Here as if there's a way down to the beach, but it's not the way I would like to take. Just look, going wriggling down there, a steep portion, and over there and down, although there's a better way down perhaps through those steps. It's a very impressive coastline here, quite high cliffs. There's the continuation of that path going down. It does eventually lead to the same track as those steps. This is the way our track goes. Path's going around another dean or gully. That's what the cliffs are looking like at this stage. Where should we go? On the top of those? coast over a little bridge, and there's the dune that wends its way through the gully down to the sea. But we continue on here. Being March, the gorse is out. A rather attractive display here. And we're continuing, as ever, towards Seaham. We've lost the very well laid tarmac track, and I'll be continuing along this rather narrower one, more like a typical footpath. And that's what the cliffs look like looking back. And we're continuing along there. Spectacular views here. And that's the view ahead as we continue along the well-trodden footpath. Continuing around, I can see a little archway in the distance there, and we can see our way ahead quite clearly now, and the archway is down there. Just pick it out there. One feature of the walk today is the sound of the skylarks. I don't know whether it's coming through this recording, but I can hear them quite well. Another view of the sea down there, showing how far it is down, and our path, the Durham coast path, continues. We can see that the railway is not that far away. There is an access road at the railway bridge as we continue along the Durham coastal path. So the path continues around the fjord edges along the cliff top towards Seaham. Some rather nice daffodils just left on the footpath here. I don't know whether they're growing at the side here. They're pulled up. Anyway, we're carrying on the path here, which curls round, and you can see the cliff further on. It's a little bit more breezy today, so I hope the wind noise is not cancelling out my very interesting commentary. See, there's an interesting rock formation down there. Here as if it rejoined the side of the railway. It's possible to cross the railway just here. Let's have a look. We climb up through the litter to the railway. You can see the lines here and these steps. There's the view from the centre of the railway track, one way looking north and a longer view looking south. And that's the few steps I've just come down from the footpath. You don't need the stile, the fence is down at the side of it. So against the stile is the National Trust sign saying Shipsea Bay through the gates on the cliff edge. So we've got a good view here of the railway track and our coastal path side by side. We're about a third of the way along the walk today. From looking at the map, we've been going about 50 minutes so far, so it looks as if we've got about another hour and a half or so to go before we get to Seaham. Our track looks as if it descends now. It would be so much easier if we could be at the side of the railway and go over the Dean by the bridge, but we won't. We've got to follow the path down here. If we had have been able to go over the top, we would have missed this view of the small viaduct crossing the Dean here. I don't think we're meant to take the direct route down there, although it looks as if it could be a pathway of some sort, but we must go through this barrier made up of 2 tree trunks under the first archway. And here is the archway from the other side and the rest of the short viaduct. There's the Dean. I don't know how long we're going to go, how low we're going to go on it. Maybe we just go around the outside, but there are tracks down below. So we continue on up the southern side of the Dean. Here we have a junction of paths. It's not 100% clear which way the coastal path goes, but anyway, it says Heritage Coast Footpath that way, and there as well, down there. The problem is that the English coast path doesn't have an arrow on it, but I assume it follows the other coast path, because there should only be one coast path when you think about it. So it goes off down here, descending rather more steeply now. And I see there's some people down there. It looks as if they're coming up this way. Oh, it gets even worse. We've got to descend these steps right to the bottom of the Dean. Oh wow, that's steep. But I will have a look at the view from this path, which is not the coastal path, just before we go down those steps and cross the little stream at the bottom. We're back under the archway again here, and we can now see the beach. This way descends towards that. Here's one of the tracks down from when we came under the archways the first time. It looks as if they're going, the 2 people walking there are going down to cross the Dean lower down. Anyway, I'm going on the proper coastal path. Those are the steps that I'll be going down. And here we go, down the steps. $14 there, and then we have a left-hand turn, and we're still going down and down. And at the bottom of the second set of steps, we come up on this view, and the steps surprisingly curl away in front of us. Another view of the steps, but on the left here is this cave. I don't need that today, although it has been raining a little bit, it's not too bad at all. So down to the little bridge. Here is the bridge which I'm crossing, and if we look to the right, that's the way towards the sea. up the steps the way we've come. The archways of the railway quite a long way above us now. And the stream flowing down to the sea. So that's a view of how far we've come down, and in front how far we've got to go up. The view of the bridge from the footpath after the first set of steps. I think there were 15 there. There is another set of steps here. We'll see what happens when we get to the top. That's over 25 steps so far, and we've got a resting place here, and we've still got some more steps. I was distracted by a train passing over the viaduct, but I missed that. Here we are at the top, and the view backwards there with the viaduct. We're nearly reaching open ground at the top of the Dean. We're a long way above the stream, which is way down there. And at the very top we've got this gate of some sort, and then the path opens up some way from the cliff top at the moment. So the path has opened up into this clearing. It could almost be parkland, although there are rather a lot of molehills here all over the field, and down there too. Following the path to the sign, I wonder which way it goes now. There is a track to the right that crosses the railway, and I think that's the way we're going. There's the sign, and the England Coast Path turns to the right there, and that's the fencing and stile. Looks like we've got to go over this stile. That's the first one this morning, over the stile and over the railway. Now the coastal path turns off here in front of the railway, so it doesn't look as if I'll be crossing the railway. This way, behind the two people I'd seen earlier. It comes to a small set of steps here, and then runs adjacent to this security fencing at the side of the railway. So through the fence way here and onwards at the side of the railway track, but away from the sea this time. From looking at the map, I think we're probably about 2/3 of the way to Seaham now. We have to cross the railway in a few moments, and the map showed a footbridge, which is what I'm approaching now. The guidepost turns sharply to the right over the footbridge. National Trust footbridge. This is bridge length 3/231 Thur Quarry. And there is the bridge. It is possible to see over the parapets of the bridge. That's the view looking south. We swing around here, there's the bridge and the sea. We swing around a bit more, and we have the view looking north Now the coastal path doesn't follow the side of the railway. There is another track here, but that's not the way we're going. The signs point down to the cliff edge again and continuing down and over the field. And when we've traversed the width of the field, we reach the edge and stop. Otherwise we shall be in the sea. And there's another train on the railway line, and that's the way we're going to go along the Heritage Coast footpath. Of the coastline further north, and we can see at least the lighthouse and the heritage side. That's Seaham. That's the way the path is going, but if we swing around here, we've got some daffodils of some sort there. And further out, if you like rock climbing, there's an interesting one. They stack there. Procession of the 4 cars, and there they are. It's another very well cropped, very easy walking. There must be ways down to the beach because there are people wandering around down there. We see the boat out at sea there. that's how it proceeds down to the beach. We continue here. At the top, a little ascent to the footpath, we find a lake. And our footpath, surprisingly, I thought, doesn't join the main footpath here. It goes off back to the right, to the cliff edge, of course. There are several paths around here. People walking on the side of the railway, the far side and the near side. Here's our path. Ever approaching blocks of flats, those buildings, base of an edge of sea. Another junction of tracks on the side, so it's different than the edge of the cliff top. And another junction of paths, that one going towards the railway. We're continuing straight ahead. I was looking a moment ago at the interesting colour of the beach. We've got the normal browny colour, but this side is grey. Very grey. Somebody standing on the beach down there. Join the footpath that came from the bridge at the side of the railway. This footpath that I thought was right at the side of the railway turns out not to be. That's the way our path is going through the gates there. Down here, just visible, is an archway. And we do have the first obstruction on the walk today. No way around it. We have to go through this gate. And we see that it's National Trust Blast Beach, welcome, and on Sunday the 5th of June 2016, 11 AM from Noses Point, there is the Durham Coast Half Marathon 2016, 13.2 miles along the beautiful Durham coastline. It's a coastal footpath run from Dean. We're continuing there. The train of wagons goes past on the railway. Noses Point, the hive of industry. I don't see any bees, but it was a busy place, first producing pig iron from large blast furnaces and later coal from beneath the sea. It employed 3,300 men and broke both national and European production records. It was one of the last pits in the northeast to close, opened 1907, closed in 1991. The beaches were so strange looking that scenes for the prison planet in Alien 3 were filmed here. Thanks to the sea, much has changed, but you can still find the signs if you look. That's the way our path is going. Quite a mixture of paths here. There's the bridge there. Looking at this time, down so far. So here's the little bridge. Emphasising the letters of the word Hawthorne. Things are always there when you turn again. Hawthorne. Teachers. And on the other side, Teasel, collecting the rain inside her hollows. Teasel. Dipsacus pholonum. Anyway. Here is the stream in this one. Just away that our path continues ahead up towards the road. But instead of going to the road, it turns right as indicated by the sign here. So the view from the car park at the end of Seaham. We continue along the path. And we have here something that's called Dordan's fossil tree. Nose's Point. The path continues in a straight fashion towards the harbour area. Nice selection of seats, nicely spaced out in this walk. Rather further apart than those all crowded together at St Mary's Island. There is a sea stack there, but I can't see very much of it. See a bit more of it from a few steps further on. Turning the Tide, a project to restore the Durham coast. We approach the car park area at the southern end of Seaham along the path to the road. The building over there says Durham County Council, so is that. And we can see the lighthouse and the harbour quite nicely from here. The turn off from Nose's Point for cars, saying coastal footpath, Seaham Promenade. It goes off following the road. Here we are approaching Seaham. We can see in the distance the flats of Sunderland near where we finished yesterday's walk. And there is a boat just coming into the harbour. We might be able to see on the video here the grass growing on the southernmost portion of the harbour wall. We're approaching the more built up area of Seaham now. We've got the 30 mph signs. The boat looks as if it's coming into the harbour, but I would have thought it would be too big for that, but it's still approaching. Well, the boat seems to have got in very easily. There it is. And in through the entrance to the harbour there. Just behind the crane. Here we are still in Seaham. And how about that for a shopping centre? Asda, Wilko, Argos, Greggs, oh, everything. Much more than Nottingham Broadmoor Centre anyway. And we're going to continue along there, with the boat squeezing through the narrow gap there. Wow, it's getting through very nicely. And when you get here you can see there's plenty of room either side. I wonder if they're going to take on the shipment of logs on the boat, which is just there now. Bus stop where I got off the bus yesterday. And there's the bus stop again, and it's just 2:30. I think I said I was going to be here at 2:30, so I have to be timed. And that's the end of the walk today, joining up the top of the entrance to the harbour area. So that joins up with yesterday's walk. Opposite the bus shelter is this statue, the brothers, in memory of those who worked in the 3 mines. There's the pedestrianised shopping centre that there is in Seaham, with the pedestrianised street down there, and wonder why there was a Lord Byron's wall. So this statue commemorates the 1815 wedding here in Seaham. Lord Byron. Well. I suppose some of the sentences seen on the statue are quotes from works by Lord Byron. Is that what Lord Byron looked like?